went into Clark over, we had at a brewers conference here, and I asked him a little bit about this beer. I said, I've never had this beer before. Could you tell me a little bit about it? And it was, this was a very small batch, harkening back to the days of this little half barrel system over here. Clark had gotten a hold of some maple syrup from Barb's family at Rush Hall, which is the namesake of this beer. This was a maple syrup that they had taken and kind of added a little bit of smoky flavor to it as well. And Mike and Murph at the time added this maple syrup into this pale ale they had brewed. And then Clark came by and said, where's the rest of that maple syrup? And they said, well, we added it all to the beer. And he's like, how much maple syrup? So there was a lot of maple syrup that way, long story short. And turns out, Clark told me he was a little skeptical. He's like, why would you add that maple syrup to beer? And over time, drinking it at the bar, really started to enjoy this beer. So when we were kicking around some brand ideas, Clark said to Mike, why don't we just bring back Rush Hall and try that out? So that is why we have it in front of us today. We brought this recipe back to life, tweaked it a little bit because now it was scaled up to a much larger scale. We actually added 55 gallons of bourbon barrel aged syrup to this beer. This beer was brewed as a pale ale and then knocked out into a tank, fermented out as we normally would any other beer. Instead of dry hopping it though, once it was done fermenting, that's when we added all this bourbon barrel aged maple syrup and some more yeast and allowed this secondary fermentation of the maple syrup to happen. So what does that do? That brings this ale all of a sudden up from 5 or 6% up to 8.7%. Also, there's going to be some residual sweetness from the maple syrup. It's going to kind of dry it out on the finish as well. So you're going to get a lot of sweetness on the front and middle of the palate, but it doesn't linger, so it's not overpoweringly sweet because a lot of the sugars that were in the maple syrup were fermented out in that secondary fermentation. Hopefully, you guys all really enjoy this because it's a unique style that we don't often do. So cheers to a new beer, right? Or bringing back a little bit of TG history. And so let's have a great week. Happy Monday, and let's do TG on 3. 1, 2, 3.